There you are. Migraines have been getting loads of attention recently. I listened to a program on Radio 4 the other day, talking to a medical doctor who's also a specialist in research on this area, and he was talking about some really interesting stuff actually. But of course, the only treatment options that are being developed for it are medication, more medication. And don't get me wrong, that can be life changing for some people. You know, it can really make the difference between being able to go to work, being able to function, or not being able to do anything. But it seems to be quite blinkered in the sense that it's great to create these medications that help to reduce the symptoms, but if that means that someone has to be taking these medications for the rest of their life in order to function properly, surely there might be a better way. And this is something that we look at with chiropractic. I want to talk to you a bit about migraines, what they are, how prevalent it is, which is a big issue at the moment, and what we can do about it. So just looking at here on the NHS Right Care site here, 10 million people in the UK live with migraines. That's 1 in 6. And 3 million workdays are lost every year, resulting in an absenteeism cost of £4.4 billion. So basically, it's a big deal that affects the economy and people's lives very, very much. Migraines, the word migraine means half head, so it's spread over half of the head, although not all migraines do that. Sometimes it's over both sides of the head, and not all migraines have what they call an aura, which is when you see like flashing or strobing lights or changes in colour and that kind of thing. But for people who do get migraines, it can be really debilitating, and you know, it's something that we really want to manage. One of the triggers for migraines, that could be all sorts of things like strong smells or bright lights, but one of the reasons that they can be caused is overuse of medication, believe it or not. So, which is so ironic because a lot of people are taking paracetamol or ibuprofen, over-the-counter stuff, maybe without really talking to a pharmacist about it or talking to their GP about it, and they're just taking more and more of these medications, and the medications can actually be triggering the migraines, can actually be causing them or making them worse. We know there's such a thing as analgesic rebound headaches, meaning if you're used to taking medication, painkillers every day, and then you stop, then that can give you a headache, which means that, you know, you just feel like carrying on and taking more of them. But there's also something called medication overuse headache. So even if you just keep taking them and don't stop, that can cause a headache as well. So how do you know whether or not it's the medication that's causing the migraines? Well, go and speak to your GP and talk about a way to kind of wean yourself off them, basically. A big part of the management with the NHS, they're looking at self-management of things that people can do to help themselves. And part of that is looking at headache diaries. So making a note every day, did you have a headache? What happened just before that headache? You know, and these kind of things. Again, all of this is a good idea, but it's kind of, in my mind, missing the point that if there's a reason why these migraines are happening and we can do something about it, then you don't have to just control it with drugs. You don't have to just control it by, you know, writing down what triggered it. You want to get to the root cause if possible. Which leads me on to, so when we treat people here with migraines, the main thing that we're looking at is whether or not that it's connected to an issue with their neck. Because migraines are linked to something called the trigeminal nerve. So the trigeminal nerve is a cranial nerve, which means it comes to the brain and it affects things in the head, but it has links to these segments, the top 3 segments in the neck. It has sensory links, sensory roots, meaning if there's an issue with the neck, if it's jammed up and not moving properly there, it can irritate the nerves that are linked to that nerve connected with migraines, the trigeminal nerve. And this is often what we see when migraine patients come to see us. We'll examine their neck, and if we find that it's really restricted in there or quite inflamed, quite stiff, then that's an area that we can treat. And usually by treating that area, it relieves or gets rid of the migraines. As with absolutely everything, there's no one single treatment that's going to work 100% for everybody, and because it's not the same cause for everything. But if it's a migraine connected with the neck, then it's probably something we can help. And I thought I'd let you know about that, because a lot of people go through life with migraines not knowing about this, not knowing that there's something else other than medication and writing down the triggers and that sort of thing that could help, and perhaps it could make a big difference to their life. So if you have migraines, if you have any questions about this, or if you know anyone who does, please drop us a comment or send us a message, get in touch, and we're here to help. See you soon.